It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we'll see Kirk Cousins. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Redwoods and the Huskies, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the state capital of California, the gold rush city of Sacramento. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Huskies of Chicago and the Sacramento Redwoods. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Sacramento team as we enter play here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their... season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. Bottom line, how do they get a win?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Cousins to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll run with Gibson. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Holding offense.
3rd and 8. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, this would be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken in at the 11. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 7 catches, 77 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Throwing, Jones. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. They run again with Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now Jones. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep is Jaden Reed. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now. Now you look at this defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
1st down, here's Cousins. Going right back to Wilson. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. And Not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Cousins. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Cousins gives way to Cook. Down to about the 45. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 14 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Throwing, Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
He'll diving, and he's got it full extension. What a catch. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard down at the 31.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Down to about the 22 here. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, there's still a little...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Peyton Hendershot,
his second touchdown on the season.
And the Huskies go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Now Cousins. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he completes it to Wilson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
Back to throw. Jones. That one complete to Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He finds Douglas complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And they'll give to Hunt here on the option.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, right back to Hunt. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
First down, Huskies.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they built
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So nothing doing there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here's Reed returning.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This offense back to work now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a 10-0 lead, you figure they won't try to do anything foolish here.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. John Franklin Myers in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They bring their punter out there now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And 9 at the 22-yard line.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Throw out wide is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing, because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On play action, Cousins.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Cousins.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Throwing is Cousins.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And on now is the punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
On the option left, it's Jones.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. In trouble, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We are back now in Sacramento as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run again with Hunt, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Draw play. Cousins to Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
Getting the football to Davis on an out route.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2.
At the 43-yard line.
Now Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Cousins.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line.
To the air again, it's Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's another Sacramento first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Gibson, the ball carrier. Buda Baker on the tackle.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time Cook.
On a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Cousins to throw it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
88 yards on the ground now for Hunt. It'll be a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
10 more there and another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some okay things. Not a lot of points on the board, but enough for the win with how their defense was playing in this one.
Yeah, they certainly brought their A game, didn't they? They weren't fooled by anything that was presented to them from start to finish. That defense, they might as well have told their offense, guys, just kick a field goal. We've got it today.
So for Chicago, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.